know what time it is. Time to share some knowledge. I might read an excerpt from each book, but I may not. Y'all know The Power of Praying Wife with Stormy or Martian or Martin. It's a fabulous book. This book old. When did I buy this book? Oh, what's that? March 25th, 2000. Ooh, I had this book 23 years. But I think it's older than that. Anyway, when I was single, I'm gonna keep saying it. I went to marriage conferences and I learned what it was to be a wife as I was in preparation as well. I was married before, but my husband passed away when I was 33, I believe. I was a widow for 12 or 13 years, and I married my new husband. And that's that. Don't ask nothing else. Because I don't have to tell you nothing if I don't want to. But anyway, this book is good. It's by Bruce Wilkerson and Heather Hare. And it's Prayers of Blessing Over Your Husband. Good book. They need to make one of these for men. She does have a Power of Praying Husband. Get it. And they have like these cards. They used to years ago, 20 years ago, they had these cards for each. But the men cards were cute. You know, you could read a card a day. I've shared some of these books before, I do believe. Yes. On other vlogs. Anyway, The Demon Dictionary. This is volume 2 by Kimberly Daniels. Eye opener. Y'all, when I was little, I ain't gonna tell you my nickname they used to call me. My family know, but anyway, they used to always say my eyes were big. And I'm like, okay, what you want me to do? I can't get no new ones. Can't turn the sides now. I ain't got a button I can press and go smaller. Eyes. I know y'all laughing at me. I have a good sense of humor. Yeah. They used to tell me in high school I should be a comedian. Then they was like, you should be a Christian comedian, you know, because of my love for God and church and jokes. Anyway, this book is by Frank D. Hammond. It's Forgiving Others, Key to Healing and Deliverance. Y'all get some books. And they don't always all have to be Christian. I just have loads of Christian books because I have loads of Christian books. I have all kind of books. I love Dr. Charles Stanley. If you don't get these devotions in the mail, I don't know if they still send them. I think they do. I have loads of these. I don't always open them immediately, but I do open them. These are good devotions to do every day after you get through praying or whatever or whatnot. I might read one of those. Good information. I love Dr. Charles Stanley. He is based out of Atlanta, Georgia, I do believe. And he's still kicking. I think he 80 or 90. Still going strong. You go, Dr. Charles Stanley. I normally don't share this author or his things because some people won't understand. Some people don't go this deep. But God calls everybody to deeper parts of him or whatever. Well, now, it depends on you. God sometimes will draw you to mysteries and deep things. Not every Christian or person will probably get there, but it does happen. Anyway, this is War at the Edge of Breakthroughs by Dr. D.K. Olakuya. Y'all better look him up. He ain't no joke. I love Dr. Maddie Nottage. This is her book, Refuse to Die. It's My Time to Live. In this book, I have you messed up. Finding the courage to overcome life's greatest challenges. Y'all don't know about Prophetess Dr. Maddie Nottage. Get you some business and look her up. And baby, she on YouTube every day, all day, since the, you know what, I ain't gonna say it, since 2020. She was been on there, but she went full throttle every day, all day. Because she's after souls and delivering you from yourself and breaking, and getting rid of generational curses and trauma and demons and on and on. You might say you don't like her, but God like and love her because she is delivering folks and she cares about people. You want some true deliverance for you and your family, just yourself? Fly out to Florida where her other church is, or get to the Bahamas. You want to be free? And her husband, don't play. You think she a powerhouse? She is her husband's real, right? Don't play with Apostle. Apostle, Apostle, I think it's Eddie Nottage. Apostle Edison Nottage. I had a brain fog. Anywho, let's see. Let's read some. Y'all know I need my eyes. Lord, perfect my eyesight in all things concerning my eyesight. Give me some heavenly LASIK. You know, I don't like no surgeries, no nothing. I don't do all that. I need some heaven surgery. I know it's just jokes, y'all. Don't be so serious. I know they have surgeries for a reason. But y'all be like, God, just touch me while I'm awake or asleep. Give me some spiritual surgery. So let's see. Let's read something from this book. Prayers of Blessing Over Your Husband by Bruce Wilkerson. We'll read, this is a really good book. You wives about to be blown away, okay? The first one I'm going to read, it's going to read an excerpt. You guys can get this book on Amazon, I do believe. This book. You start a book club with wives and with husbands. Husbands need to do, couples do this together. Set your husband free. Get him delivered. I wrote here, I don't know if you can see that. I wrote there, a mantled husband is a mantled wife. Woo! I almost start, speaking in tongues, because that's powerful. The mantle, let's just read some of this. The Mantle of a Wife's Prayers, Part 1. Chapter 1 is your mantle. Chapter 2 is the power of your mantle. Chapter 3 is the mantle of heaven's helper. Chapter 4 is 5 secrets to maximize your mantle. And chapter 5 is using your mantle effectively. If you guys want to do a live Zoom with this book, I don't mind. I read it and we can go over it and discuss it. And we can do that. Maybe we could pick Sundays are normally church. Mondays are, people say hectic, but they never have meant for me. Some people have Bible study Tuesday. We could probably pick a Thursday if you want to do this. A Thursday or Tuesday if you want to do a group live Zoom on this book. But anyway, I'm gonna look and see if they have a study guide. Yeah, this book is thebomb.com, okay? And then part 2 is taking on the mantle of prayer, and it's 50 prayers, lots, okay? So it says the mantle of a wife's prayer. Excuse me if I have a little something going on there. It says your mantle, chapter 1, your mantle. I am delighted you picked up prayers of blessing over your husband. This reflects your desire to learn how to more positively impact your husband and your marriage. Ooh, y'all, my timer going off for my tea. It's going to keep beeping until I turn it off. I don't have a smart home, so I can't say, Alexa, turn it off. If I said she'll talk, so we don't want to talk. Anyway, as you read through this book and then use the prayers on a regular basis, your husband is going to be one happy and even transformed man. Love it. Prayer changes things, and as you will discover in this book, your prayers will bring out some major encouraging changes in your husband. The Bible conveys the surprising fact that a wife's prayers for her husband are among the most powerful agents for change that exists anywhere. You may be pleasantly shocked to discover how powerful your prayers are and how carefully God pays attention to them. I wrote, thank you, Lord, because y'all know some days are like, what is going on? That's going to keep beeping. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So it says, if you truly long for God's miraculous intervention in your marriage, then embrace the fact that you wear an invisible but mighty cover I call the wife's mantle. You better go ahead, Dr. Bruce Wilkerson. Y'all ever heard of the wife's mantle? There it is. A mantle is defined by different dictionaries as something that covers or surrounds. I'm just about to take off because my pastor did a mantle conference last year. Oh, it was like electricity, like from heaven. Like there is no way if you went to that thing every day or one day or however, or even watched it online, you were transformed, changed, caught up, raptured up into heaven and brought back down. I don't care. I don't even have words. You couldn't put what went on in words. The atmosphere was so electrifying. It was like, I ain't never felt nothing like that. Like, Let me calm down. But if you go online to Mantle Conference 2023 and register, if you can't come in person, you can register and pay and watch online as well. Side note, but Mantle, because I was on Mantle's. I'm about to take off, y'all. Those who know me know I'm about to take off. Excuse me if I start praying in tongues. That's just me. Oh. If you're a Christian and you don't speak in tongues, what you doing? That's your power. That's your power. Pray in tongues every single day. I remember back in 1993 when I first got filled. I mean, truly filled to the uttermost. I used to be like, I'm not doing this, because I was like, boot, bop, boot, two, boot, time, what? And it just didn't sound right to me. And then you had other faiths talking about tongues is of the devil. Sure, the devil didn't trick them like that, because tongues is a heavenly language that only God understands. And other faiths didn't understand that, so they thinking you speaking in tongues, they say it's the devil, or you a witch or warlock. See how the devil be fooling folks? Pray in tongues, pray in the spirit. Anyway, I was I actually would go in the closet, my prayer closet. I actually do that and go pray, because it was like the place where I could get away from the noise, or my daughter when she was little, stuff, my firstborn. Anyway, pray in tongues. That's your empowerment. That's your prayer language to God. Believe me. So, a mantle is defined by different dictionaries as something that covers or surrounds an important role or responsibility that passes from one person to another. I got to get a mic. I keep forgetting. A good one. A position or someone who has responsibility or authority. Let me read it again. A mantle is defined by different dictionaries as something that covers or surrounds an important role or responsibility that passes from one person to another. A position of someone who has responsibility or authority. One dictionary gives an illustration of the use of the word mantle. With this sentence, she accepted the mantle of leadership. Y'all, this is so good. I might read all of it. It's just 2.5 more pages. You want to stay on and listen to this. The moment you walk that proverbial aisle, said I do. Y'all, if I start crying, it's just something hitting me in my spirit. Wives. Get it together. Don't let Satan steal your marriage or your home. Cover your husband. Cover him. Even, I know he might be, believe me, can't put it in words. Just arrogant, prideful, stubborn, selfish, whatever he may be, or he just might be a totally good man, depending on folks' upbringings, what they've been through, how many marriages they're in, or been in. If they had deliverance from the first marriage, second, third, fourth, pray for your husband. It's not easy. And when you have a good marriage, pray, because the devil gonna keep trying to attack, okay? It says, the moment you walk that proverbial aisle and said I do, God placed a mantle on you of responsibility and authority within the marriage bond, perhaps without you even being aware of it. Until that moment, you do not have the wife's mantle. You have the role of a daughter, perhaps the role of a sister, an employee, etc. But when you became a married woman, you took on a new role. Okay, y'all? Unless you have been married before, your marriage vows launched a new and never before experienced role in your life. If you don't understand how God established the wife's role in marriage, you may never enjoy true victory and happiness within your marriage because of either role reversal or role abdication. Role reversal occurs in a marriage when the wife assumes the role of her husband. Ma'am, no. We don't do that. Where they do that at? Don't do that. Don't do that. Why? If God wanted you to have the husband's role, no. Don't do it. And role abdication occurs when the wife fails to fulfill her God-given responsibility or duty within the marriage. Sidebar. You haven't been to marriage counseling is not for when things are bad. It's a good thing to go along the way and do that. We ain't gotta tell nobody. And whether you have issues or not, marriage counseling is good. Premarital counseling is excellent. In your engaged state. Do it. Get to know each other. The raw y'all. raw y'all, because y'all gonna get to know each other your entire life, you know. So do that. This is a good book, y'all. As I helped innumerable couples. Oh yeah, another sidebar. Go to marriage conferences. If it's not one in your city, look it up and ride a train, drive, or because planes are kind of expensive in price unless you, let's just like, what's this? January and there's a conference in May or, further out. Tickets may be cheaper. Get to a marriage conference. What's that? FamilyLife.org has a marriage conference called A Weekend to Remember. Do that to y'all. That was another sidebar. And I'm not getting paid by sponsoring for the things I'm saying. I'm just telling you, I love to help people and I want the best for you in every area of your life, especially marriage. You know that marriage is the highest order and relationship in the earth realm between a man and a woman. Excuse me. Commercial. Between a man and a woman. Man, woman. Okay. I think y'all get the picture. And Satan can't stand it. He can't ever get married, and he can't stand married couples because God commands his blessings on you, because you complete destiny together, because of a lot of reasons. Marriage is not this ring. Marriage is not the wedding day, the fairy tale. That's what people get tripped up at. Y'all have this awesome $250,000 wedding or whatever, and married a week or a month or a year or 5 years. The first 7 years ain't no joke. Ooh, get past those, you a champion. Y'all need to have a gala. But anywho, call me so I could set it up and design it, because I'm that person. I have y'all sharp as a tack. I did weddings. Sidebar. Y'all know me. I did weddings for about 20 years. Y'all, my earring fell out. If I wasn't doing the makeup, when French bonds were out, if I wasn't doing those, or just helping the bride, I was catering my famous angelic eggs, because I don't like to call them devil eggs. That's me, and I don't have to. So yeah, anyway, and I would do food, but everybody always ordered my greens and my eggs. And then I would do the decorating of the weddings. That got old quick because people don't want to pay you. People have amnesia, and we gonna just move on along down the road. Okay. It says, as I helped innumerable couples, individual husbands and wives over the years, I discovered that very few people understand the importance of roles. Churches, y'all get this book and have a marriage conference on this. Or just have some classes till y'all do it and complete it and get y'all married couples together in y'all churches. Because if the marriages are strong in the church and the families are strong in the church and the families are strong at home, come on. I mean every word, even though I might have some jokes in there. Those that know me, I always say, y'all know I'm serious. All right. Know your role. Don't switch the roles. Don't over roll. Do your role. It says, especially within marriage, in different circumstances, we all play different roles. That is, we act in certain ways in certain situations. Early in our marriage, I caused some problems because I forgot to change roles. I would come home from work. This is him talking, what he used to do to his wife. I would come home from work with much on my mind and forget to change roles from president of an organization outside the home to when I came home, he's saying, to be a husband of my wife. I can remember Darlene quipping, "Are you still at the office?" She ain't playing. And I am your secretary, which meant I forgot to come home and assume the marriage role as her loving husband. After a few times of coming home in the wrong role, I invented a solution. I selected a certain restaurant that I always pass while driving home, where I changed from my business role to my husband role, and later added my father role. Now it was just as important that I flipped back on my way to work. Just imagine if I neglected to switch on my way to work and came into the office relating to my assistant and my husband's role. You could either invent your own role in marriage from movies and TV, or continue to pattern your life after the way your mother fulfilled her role in marriage. But you don't want to do neither one of them because you want to do it God's way. But if you understand God's purpose, yeah, that's another thing, sidebar. I'm being serious. Don't get married and tell your wife or tell your husband or husbands, well, my mama, my daddy did it like this. Okay, that was their error. That's them. You can't bring that on your wife. What's y'all thing together? Talk about it in your engaged state, your dating state. You should be friends first. Then if dating happen, okay, Humpty do it. After that, the engaged state, the espoused state, and then the courtship, well, the courtship, then engage, however, courtship, engage, and then leading up to the marriage. So y'all set y'all own know-hows and what to do's. That's not fair. Yeah, yes, you can watch your parents' marriage if it was good or bad, if they're still together, now get some wisdom from them. But don't go, my daddy did it this way, so you gonna do it this way, because your wife ain't your mama. She might not do stuff like that. We in a whole new era. Yes, we are. I'm serious. Don't do that. And do not let people folk in your marriage. It's a real deal. Next. Okay. But if you understand God's purpose for marriage and are wise, you can take a better path and discover the way God has established a wife's role and then pursue fulfilling it to the best of your ability. The confident truth about embracing God's delegated role is that his position works in all marriages at all times, regardless of your culture, your upbringing, or your husband's, or your personality, or abilities. If I asked you to explain God's revealed truth about how he wants every wife to fulfill their role in marriage, what would you say? Think about that. Before moving any further on this topic, we need to understand that roles do not relate to importance or significance. Roles do not define you. They only are necessary within certain situations. For instance, when you are at work, you are not fulfilling your role as a wife. I knew one couple in which the wife was the CEO of a big company. Her husband was a salesperson at the company. In her role as CEO, she clearly could tell her husband what to do, her employed husband what to do, and the husband had no authority over her, but had to submit to her as CEO. But when that CEO and salesman drove home, they had to change roles from CEO and salesman to wife and husband. Very, very different. Married women are only to assume their married role with their husband when they are fulfilling their responsibilities within their marriage. In Genesis 1-3, the Bible reveals that God invented marriage and established the key role for the wife in that relationship. God stated in Genesis 2:18 that his perfect creation needed one more act of creation to be complete because it is not good for man to be alone. At that point, God described the specific solution to that not good condition and said, I will make a helper suitable for him. I will make him a helper comparable to him. I will make him a helper fit for him. The Hebrew word translated helper is ezer and means helper, one who aids. I've studied every time in the Bible that this word is used, and it always simply means to help, nothing more and nothing less. Ezer is used twice in Psalms 121 through 2. I'm trying to make sure I ain't running out of time, y'all. I will lift up my eyes to the hills from which cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. When God solved the aloneness of Adam, he could have described the new person in all kinds of ways, but he specifically chose the word helper. God sovereignly formed another human in his image and likeness with the same instruction to have dominion over creation. But in regard to her husband, she was to be his helper. The primary role of the wife in marriage, not outside of marriage or in any other role she may have in the marketplace or with other males, is to help her husband, to assist him, to aid him, to help him become and achieve more than he could ever become or do without her. That's why men have wives, because the wife is the helper, and God knew you as a man couldn't do it alone. Some men can. Some men are called to be simple. Some men aren't. And those that aren't, get a helper. Let her help you. The wife's mantle is the sovereignly delegated role of assisting her husband to fulfill his calling. See, I said that before I read it. A wife can assist her husband all kinds of ways, including with her actions and attitudes. Wives, your actions and that attitude. And in this book, we are highlighting a third major tool she can use to assist him, her prayers. As you read earlier, the wife's mantle carries God's delegated authority and responsibility to help her husband. This point cannot be emphasized enough because it reveals how God feels when a wife prays for her husband. Her prayers to help her husband are in the very center of God's will. Not only is God pleased, but he responds to her with his help. Y'all, powerful, powerful book. Wife, walk out your mantle, girlfriend. All right. I'm going to close this out because it's been almost 30 minutes. But go back and listen to it. Take notes. Get this book. Order on Amazon. Start a book club for other wives. Get to getting it. And be the wife God created you to be. And be the helper God created you to be for your husband. And pray for your man every day. All right. Love you, loves. Bye. Take care.